Welcome to Spilling the Tea with Susie. This is my third time talking to Calina, the actual third time this time. Forget the last 5 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it was. Hi, Calina, how are you doing?
Hello, doing all right. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so glad I can hear your voice.
Yay!
Oh,
Always
it's
a
so good.
tricky thing with how many. So my computer is a custom build.
Yeah.
And I have like 5 million apps.
Yeah.
That I use for streaming, video recording, talking.
Yeah.
There's like audio settings for every single thing, including the browser.
Yeah.
So sometimes I just don't know where the audio is coming from.
That is totally okay. Yeah, that's totally fine. But you know what? It's cool. We're back and we're ready to go. So we have lots of ground to cover tonight, okay? So
I'm gonna be honest, I was a little worried about tonight when you first reached out because
really,
I haven't had time to finish processing everything about the game.
yeah.
And put together like my own review video, my own comparison stuff. So I'm like, you're gonna be getting all the first of it.
Well,
some of it's gonna be thought of as we go.
Lucky for you, I'm not a very serious person, so I'm not going to be asking you serious questions. Thank you for the sub, Amy. Yeah, so I'm going to leave all of your like professional opinions and all that to your video because like that's your thing, you know, but my thing is the silly aspect.
I love it.
Yes, we're gonna have fun tonight. And of course we're gonna talk about a little bit more than just Key, but we do definitely want to talk about Key. Obviously spoiler free because I know there are people who are going to watch this who have not played or have played but haven't finished playing. Yeah, what?
I'm just watching Ginger Honey Love You. Hey, how was your stream, friend? I like your commentary. Sorry, interruption.
No, you're good. All right, so first let's do a little non-Key related stuff. So we've talked before several times, and I know you've mentioned it a lot. People are always asking you what your favorite memory from Courage Interactive was, and you always say hacky sack. But people keep asking me to ask you what your favorite memory was, so I'm gonna ask you for a different memory.
Okay, I can give that.
Yeah.
My answer is when we launched the game trailer on YouTube for Ghost of Thornton Hall.
Ooh.
Because that was so fun. And I got to make that trailer, and it was such an exciting game to launch. And during that time, behind the scenes, we were working on A Silent Spy, which we were just equally excited about but couldn't talk about because it wasn't ready yet.
Oh my gosh.
So I think that point was a very huge highlight in my time at Her Interactive.
I can imagine. Those are two phenomenal games.
That was my favorite season.
Yeah, I can imagine. Oh, that must have been so special. Well, like, was that your favorite game to ever, like, your favorite games to work on ever, or?
Ghost of Thornton Hall was my favorite to do marketing for, and content creation.
Yeah.
And pulling art and making stuff because it was so beautiful.
Yes.
And also scary.
Yeah.
And highly anticipated.
Yeah.
So all of the things that we wanted in the game, we got to market. So I had so much fun with that. But when it came to like work, so I was a marketing person, but I was also a brand advocate.
Yes.
For everyone, the voice of the fans, actively speaking in the room to the design team and the creators, like, hey, no, we need to have this or this, or they're going to respond well to this or not that. So I think the game for that would probably have been, which one? Probably The Silent Spy, because it involved more of the Nancy Drew brand than the other ones.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, that's so special. Man, if like just to be a fly on the wall like, during the making of either of those games. What just happened? Oh my gosh, did you hear my cat?
Well,
Oh
What the cat
man,
do?
my cat just like screamed. Thank you. My husband brought me a piece of cheese.
Cheese.
Thank you.
You should try it live on stream.
Okay.
Which cheese is this?
It's Applewood smoked cheddar.
Ooh,
Oh, that's
white
really
cheddar?
good. Yes. That's really good.
I really just want her to pivot into like food content.
Hey, I'm all for it. I will help with that. I just finished having a brie on a rosemary cracker upstairs
Ooh.
while I was making my cup of tea.
Oh, I'm subscribed to her because you wanted to watch something and I had my account up.
Yes, that's right.
It's her.
It's her.
Oh, thanks, friend.
Also, Sue's at 497 subscribers. 3 of you are not subscribed. I don't care who it is. Go subscribe.
Yes,
No.
if you are. Yes, I second that.
I'm thread
He
jacking
speaks
right
words
now
of
and I
wisdom.
don't care. Sue told me I get to sleep on the
Enjoy-
couch if she can't reach my...
At the very least.
Oh my gosh.
Bye.
Get out of here. Love you. Thanks for the
You guys, if
cheese.
you haven't subscribed to Susie, you better do that.
Oh my gosh.
We call them
Okay.
guest visitors, though.
Mhm.
Interviewees. Guests.
Whatever the word is.
Persons.
Persons.
Victims.
The victims. My victims. I love all my victims.
So we're just going to let you eat cheese so I can talk about cheese. But I used to like visiting Trader Joe's and seeing what interesting cheeses they have. I think one of the weirdest ones that actually worked was the blueberry goat cheese.
Ooh, I love goat cheese.
Salty and sweet and disturbingly purple. Put that on a cracker. That's good. But like also, I don't know if you guys have a Whole Foods in anywhere else in the country besides here because we're so bougie. Well, not where I live, but further in Bellevue where Herner Active is.
Yeah.
I used to go there for their cheeses, and they would let me sample their cheeses before stuff. And there'd be all kinds of cheeses: camel cheese, buffalo cheese, all kinds of goat cheeses, and it was just so fun to go in and sample things. So it's like, buy something out of courtesy, but all kinds of interesting cheeses.
That sounds amazing. Man, I want to be a cheese connoisseur more than anything. Just give me all the cheese. Oh, you guys like goat cheese too? Blueberry goat cheese on bagels. Now that sounds delicious. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I've been getting cheese at Aldi because my Aldi seems to have a good selection of like charcuterie foods. And that's like a hobby for me is charcuterie boards. So I've been like trying different cheeses lately and it's been the best.
Yeah, I do like charcuterie boards. I like the idea that it is a sophisticated way of dumping all the snacks on one board so you can just kind of pick at it.
Yes, it looks so adult, but at the same time you're like, I'm putting so much crap into my body right now. And I like to do different kinds as well, like dessert boards if I'm feeling, a little sweet.
Okay. Party at Susie's place. We're all bringing cheese trays, fruit trays, meat trays, snack trays, cracker trays.
Yes. All the above. No, literally every party at my house has at least one board, sometimes more than one board. I've done cookie parties where we have cookie charcuterie. Hot chocolate boards, I've done those before. Yeah. Literally, if you come over my house, I make you a charcuterie board, like, pretty much any time.
I love it.
It's my hobby. It's my hobby. Okay. Back to business. I don't remember. We were talking about Silent Spy and Ghost of Thornton Hall. Okay, I think you may have just talked about this, but the next question was, what was your favorite promotional video to work on while you were at her?
Ooh, okay. Besides the game trailer, I really had a lot of fun with... Gosh, there were 2 of them. Which one was it called? Spying on... No. It was the one where I was in a trench coat, and I was snooping through the Herner Active office. There were 2 of them.
Oh, man, what do you...
Not the one where I was in black. I think that was the ghostly one. That one was fun, though, too.
Yeah, I don't even remember what game that would have been from.
I think it was... See, the other device was 27. It might have been leading into Ghost of Thorn Hall. We had just like finished working on Deadly Device.
That makes sense.
Because we made the reference to Nico with the actor of Nico in that video.
That's right. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Memories. That seemed like a lot of fun.
It felt like a long time ago. I waited until the team in the office left so that I could film for the night. One, for the darkness. Two, didn't bother anyone. But also some of the artists like to stay late, come in late and stay late.
Yeah.
So I had Josh Crandall and Jamie Crandall for me. Oh gosh. Anyways, they were the couple, and they were actually helping me with that filming, including him making an on-screen appearance. And so also cool. Tim Burke committed to making the little doodle of the scared-looking tree just so I could find it on his desk.
Oh my gosh.
So that was planning, a lot of work, and it was just so much fun to film.
Yeah. Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah. It was just a good time.
We'll have to go dig for that one and like put it in the description so that everybody can go back and watch that.
I'm such a cheesy actor.
That's okay. It's all in fun. Okay. I know I've asked you this before, but it's maybe has changed. So the next question is, if time and money weren't an issue, what would your ultimate physical Nancy Drew project be?
Physical, like making something physical?
Yeah.
I would probably make a desktop-sized safe of the Mayan monolith with the rotating dials to open into a box and with your actual safe.
How freaking sweet
with all the
would that
on the outside.
That would be incredible. Wow. Now I just because I don't know how achievable that is. I wonder if we could just get a safe, like an actual safe, and just paint it to look like the monolith and call it a day.
Yeah. It's not so much about building it, because me and my husband can actually build that.
Really?
When it comes to the mechanism of the locking, that's the tricky thing. That's where the artistry lies in trying to make it function the way you want it to function.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Oh my gosh, Loose Goose Games in the chat saying, what if there were Nancy Drew themed Lego sets? I wish. Ugh, if only.
There are Lego building there, like Hugh has used, and a few other friends have used. Builds those up, and you can actually export out a list of all the pieces you're going to need, and you could just order them individually. It's expensive to do it that way, but it can be done.
That's so true. That is so true. It's definitely expensive, but I mean, it's definitely possible. Are you still working on the Haunted Mansion puzzle you teased?
I can show you a little bit more of that.
Really?
Are you talking about the puzzle?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a really slow process. To make a quality piece to sell, there has to be a lot of behind the scenes fine tuning to make it actually look good and protect it.
Yeah.
Things you're not even gonna see, but I can show you the part of it.
Yeah. Oh my word. Oh, that looks amazing.
It is a box.
Oh, it's beautiful.
This is actually glued on top. It's just a standard box with the pieces.
Oh my word.
And it just sits in there. Where does this go? I don't remember. Oh, this one's right here. So the entire, get in there. You can actually put it together. And I added numbers on the back to print out a guide to go with. So if you can't get it in there, there's a guide. So I'm working on it. It needs to be sanded, finished, and then I was going to add some base down here to make it a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a snap box.
I'm obsessed. Yeah, so
Just-
like the moment you have that available, take my money.
Well, I got 6 in the works at the moment.
No, yeah, one of those will be mine. Oh my goodness, amazing. Okay, it's time for a few fun ones. And we're gonna like rapid fire because I know you only have so much time. Okay, keep, burn, sell. Are you familiar with this game?
Vaguely. This sounds like your other ones.
It's very
Do tell.
similar. Yeah. Okay, so keep, burn, sell. You have to choose which to do with the Ryokan, Shadow Ranch, and Jake's Train.
Shadow Ranch and Jake's Train.
Mm-hmm.
You said keep, burn,
Mm-hmm.
sell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, dear goodness. I would burn the Ryokan. Sell Shadow Ranch, but I would totally own Jake's Train.
Oh yeah. That thing is so cool.
I'd live on that and travel.
Oh yes, for sure.
Tough one.
Okay. And this is not serious. I will say that again. If you were to have another child, but you have to name it something from Key, what are you naming them?
Ooh, Adela is a good name.
Adela is a good name.
Radek is unique.
It is. Oscar is a pretty good name.
I go with Radek.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. It's a great name. Do your best Oscar impression.
Oscar, I barely remember how it is. Up. That's what I remember.
That was pretty good, honestly. Which Key character secretly watches Bluey?
Secretly watches Bluey. Oscar.
Probably. Nah, it's definitely Radek. He's like he's getting inspiration for all his puppet shows.
Oh yeah. You have to like do all his research, best understand how to present to kids.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, where does Mystery of the Seven Keys rank for you so far?
Ooh, I haven't numbered it. It is. See how many games are there right now? We wanted to include the dossier.
36.
34. If we include the dossier in the mix, it'd probably be around like number 20 or 21.
Yeah, so pretty low.
It's low,
Yeah.
but higher than half.
What's your least favorite game?
Probably Midnight in Salem.
Yeah.
The original Seekers Can Kill, Ransom of the Seven Ships, just because it lacks the story, and I appreciate story.
Yeah.
But probably Midnight.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty fair. Okay, so I don't know how to phrase these questions without being like, hey, just stop me if this becomes NDA breaking. What thank you. What can you tell us about your time with Her Interactive working on Key before you left?
I only got to be in like 3 meetings and read through. Well, there wasn't really a script. There was an outline.
Yeah.
I don't remember what that looked like, but I remember a lot about the game. And after I left, I tried to note down everything I remembered. I didn't get everything here.
Yeah.
But it was a great concept. I remember giving that feedback. And there were like a few areas where I remember providing feedback, and they took that into consideration, which is great.
Yeah.
We cleaned up a few areas that needed to be cleaned up, including some continuity errors and areas where it kind of funneled in and made the game linear.
Yeah.
So it's a lot less linear than it was.
Okay.
So I think they did a great job.
That's good. So, like, did things change a lot from what you knew?
A lot of little things changed.
Yeah.
Only if, which I can say. The environment was totally cut, which made total sense because you could only do like 2 things in there, and they were very minor.
Yeah.
So it totally made sense to cut it.
Yeah.
It involved a kitchen, so I thought like that's a lot of animation work to not even use.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think we were supposed to use it. One of the activities was a thing that was only necessary for one moment in the game, and it had the potential of being done over and over again, like the coffee puzzle.
Yeah.
So I think the coffee puzzle was a new one.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I'm glad they went with the coffee. It made more sense to the story than what they had originally planned.
Okay. Okay, gotcha.
One character was cut entirely. He made sense because other characters could have filled in for it.
Gotcha.
They did. Some bonus characters were cut from the animation, which was fine. Kind of wanted one of them though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Aww.
And gosh, what else happened? Oh yeah, the way you acquire all the keys, it was twice as complex as it ended up.
I see.
I mean, it would have been fun, but it would have been a nightmare. Like if we were just still using the message boards online to try to describe what to do next to get key part A, key part B.
Oh my word!
And there's like, is there 6 keys or 7?
7.
Love that.
It's on your shirt.
Like 14. Oh gosh, was it really?
Yes.
There would have been like 14 plus steps involved just to get the key. And I'm glad that they pared that down quite a bit in how you acquire them. So it did not feel like a grind. So that was a huge improvement.
Wow. That's insanity. Okay. What about like the bad guy? Was the bad guy the same?
No.
Were
They
you shocked?
changed the bad guy. I was shocked.
Really?
Well, I was glad though, because okay, I'm not going to say who the culprit was.
Yeah,
but
don't
you're gonna
say
guess it anyways. You're going to guess it if I say this. The culprit was the person you most expected. In the original. And I'm glad they changed it to who I wasn't expecting 100% as number 1.
I see. Interesting. Okay. So I have to interject here because I actually felt like the game wanted me to suspect one person who I believe is who you're talking about. But I never suspected this person because there were some other people who I was like, it can't not be them. And like it was so, and it's so funny because like when the trailer came out, Southern Sleuth, who is just known for doing this, she goes, okay, choose the culprit right now, like you can't, like just call it right now. And I said okay, and I called it, and I was correct, and I suspected them the whole time. So then when I was speaking with somebody and they were like, well actually I heard that the culprit changed, and I was like, I think I know what you mean. So that is so wild.
Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Allstate Insurance have been trying to call me 3 times today, and I'm not even with them.
They're trying to call you about your car's extended warranty.
You know, sometimes I wonder if I should just answer spam calls, like calling it Herman's Bar and Grill. Can I take your order? Because that's my husband does. When he doesn't answer people.
That would be great. Oh my goodness. I never know what to say to those people. I just don't answer.
Not the secretary.
Ooh.
Chat. Not the secretary.
Interesting. Oh man, you just give me more and more questions, and I know I can't ask. Okay.
Well, so you can ask them.
Yeah.
My face has subtitles.
This is true because I was able to know a lot of what you were saying when I couldn't hear you.
We're just all talking in code tonight. If you're in the know, you know.
Exactly.
We can figure it out.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh goodness, you kind of have to. You have to have played the game in order to know. Okay. So. Okay. Wow. Oh man, I just don't. NDAs are the worst.
Oh no. And I know Rebecca's watching me right now, so I gotta be careful.
I know, and I also don't want to be on their bad side.
No. Because I want to be this again.
Same, I know. I love them so much. I like always want to be like super supportive of them and not get in trouble. I've been with them since I was 5 years old, so like I don't really want them mad at me. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about the game. I have been purposefully not watching your playthroughs because I wanted to like talk to you about it.
Okay.
Yeah. What surprised you about gameplay?
About the gameplay. Well, there are a few little things.
Mm-hmm.
The number of references and Easter eggs in the game
Yeah.
was way more than I could have ever hoped for. So I know that the big three got to have a lot of say in that and were involved, because only a true dancer, true gamer would know a lot of these references and could offer them. And I hope I captured everything. I don't even remember if I posted the video, but there's at least I could be working on all the Easter eggs and references in the game. That's amazing.
Yes.
What else surprised me?
Oh, I love
the
that
artistry.
Brigella in chat just said, "I'm just here for fun and tea. You guys carry on, however." Thanks, Bri.
Good. Yeah. No, the artistry. When I was there, I looked at the entire Castle of Prague, and in the game, we only cover like one tiny corner of this area. And I did like Google Map walking through the entire complex so I could get a better understanding. Like they totally left out Golden Lane, the backside where you've actually in the backside of the cathedral, whereas a lot of the shops would have been, and that's where you've seen like indie show things in her videos. So that whole area, we didn't go into the cathedral itself, which is extremely ornate.
Yeah.
The game did a good job of making it feel like a big game when it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because there's so much in that area in real life.
Yes.
And they still captured a lot of details on the outside. So I'm impressed by that.
Yeah. Was there anything that you really wanted to see in the game, even if it's not something that like you thought was coming? Like, was there something that you wanted to see that you felt like didn't happen?
Yes. It's at the end.
Oh, spoilers.
That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to see more potato pancakes. I don't know about anybody else.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I wanted a Danish or something in the game.
Yeah.
Food.
Like, the coffee mini game, while it is nice, I feel like there could have been more of a snack shop from Waverly kind of vibe.
Yeah, like they order a fancy coffee, which you have to make, and then grab a Danish off the wall and put it on a plate.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Yeah. No offense, Bri. It was wonderful. Thank you. So who was your favorite character?
Probably Leo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he seemed the most realistic to me in real life. Like, I've known people like that. He reminded me a lot of one of my grandpas. So I absolutely love him. Interestingly, in the original design, we were supposed to beat him like much sooner in the game. And then something's supposed to happen. And he loses an object, which actually has a clue on it. And it leads us to learn more about the secret things.
Oh, interesting. I feel like that would have been helpful, actually, because I feel like I got to a certain part of the game, if you know, you know, and then I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Hey, Carter. Yes, we do love Leo with his little old man shoes. Aw. Okay,
I think
cool.
it was real cute that they had it so that he named his cat after his favorite card game. Maryish.
Yeah.
Same name.
That's so cute. Oh man, I wish we could have played the game.
Oh, Mariash?
Yeah.
I don't remember if we were supposed to be able to do that or not in the game, but that would have been fun.
That would have been so fun. I want like a DLC. Okay, we get potato pancakes and we get mariache. That would be cool. Yeah. Oh, so cool. Okay, so I'm trying to like I'm going through my head like, oh, I can't ask her that. That's NDA. um I don't know. Like what were your expectations? And like were they met or this is kind of mean, I know.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I didn't have much say in what the original concept was supposed to be. I just was secondhand, got to hear about it and learn about it. What I expected was the game to be a lot less linear than Midnight in Salem. And I think they got that.
Yeah.
Not as much as I would have wanted. There's some logic areas that doesn't make sense as a player.
Yeah.
They had to build it in a way that's more like a web in order for things to connect and not break.
Yeah.
And they did a very good starting job at that. But I think they could have been even better.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, hopefully another game is in the works. And like the way I see it is Midnight in Salem was the Secrets Can Kill of this era, and Mystery of the Seven Keys is the Stay Tuned for Danger of this era. So that means that what's coming next is the Haunted Mansion of this era, and that was a phenomenal game. Yeah.
There were bugs in there for sure, and typos like crazy, but it was very fun.
It's still just a stunning piece of art. So yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to whatever they have next. You have something to say?
Yeah, it's tangent.
Go for it.
Bunny hole here.
Go for it.
Carter said, "Are we interviewing all that Calina worked on for Game 34?" A couple minor things that I suggested actually were implemented.
Ooh, what?
When it comes to the character names.
Really?
There were 2 characters whose names changed.
Oh.
Because we've used these names before.
Oh.
And it's not a big deal to reuse them. But if they wanted to be a little bit more unique with their character lineup in a new game, they had to do something about it. And they actually did.
Nice. You can't tell us which.
I can't tell you exactly which ones, but it involves someone who's in the jewelry area.
Oh.
And a blonde-haired person.
I see.
Because the original names were named after someone who used to be a older storyteller.
Oh, I see.
And someone who was a phone character with an ambiguous accent who hired us.
Oh, my favorite. That's my
Those
favorite.
are the original ones.
My favorite phone character. I love that. I see. Well, I mean, if that were true, then sounds like it was a good decision. If that were true.
I mean, I like names it ended up with.
Yeah, the names are great. The names are great, yeah. Yeah, I love it. So was there anything else like that you can think of that you can tell us about your time before you left? Why did my music stop?
Excuse me.
Sorry. You may go on. I'll figure out how my music.
I see you, Carter. Yeah, I know we've got like 3 or 4 Elizabeths. Elizabeth.
Yes, that's right.
Let me see. What else can I say? The cat was a surprise.
Yeah?
Yeah, I didn't know about the cat.
Okay.
So that was nice.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me check my notes.
Go for it. Did your video run out? I don't know. I thought I started it over, Tori. Oh, no, it's back. I don't know what happened. LOL.
Oh yeah, the end game changed because of how the culprit changed.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
I will say the ending is a little bit better because the original concept was kind of cartoon cheesy,
Mm.
like villainous.
I
Kinda
can
stuff.
see that. Yeah, I can see that.
Oh yeah. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, never mind. Let me see. Oh, the ending location changed. Just a little bit. Same area.
Wow, I am so intrigued by these notes.
Oh, okay. Something else. It's in the game, so I can talk about it.
Okay.
But the whole Zane and Adela thing,
Yeah.
they didn't emphasize that as much as they were intending.
Okay.
They were supposed to kind of become a thing towards the end.
Oh, we could tell.
Like they had eyes for each other. Okay,
Yeah.
that was supposed to be more prominent. I don't know if anyone caught on to that.
I did. Yes, me and my sister actually talked about that for a very long time.
Nice. Okay, well they did iron out the big continuity issue with Hans. So I'm glad they fixed that.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Oh, and the scare scene
Uh huh.
with the computer was originally supposed to be on the TV that's in the corner of the cafe.
No way.
But I'm so glad they incorporated it into the laptop
Yes.
because that created a really good moment for the player.
Yes.
I think that was one of the big things that I don't remember if I said this or if the big three mentions this, because I talked extensively back then about what made a good scare scene for the Dances Group players. And it was one of my biggest examples was when Sean Plott of Day 9, the Mostly Walking show on Twitch and also YouTube, when they were playing Shadow of Water's Edge, and they were playing the nonogram puzzle.
Yeah.
And they were trying to solve that master one for like almost 2 hours.
Oh my gosh.
And they were getting, like, Sean was getting really into it, and his co-hosts were talking just to keep the stream going. And then suddenly he turns around. All three of them scream because of the scare scene.
Yeah.
And that was like huge. That's like historic.
Yeah.
So the fact when you get a player so intensely focused and thinking on something, and then you just hit them all of a sudden with them that they're not expecting.
Yeah.
Then it makes for a great scare moment. Even if it's just a picture of a kitty cat coming at your face, like you're not expecting that.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that they put it there.
Yeah.
Because it was just so, what's the word? So blasé on the TV in the way they had set it up.
Yeah.
I
That
think
makes
they did a
sense.
phenomenal job of that.
That makes sense. Yeah. That scene in the game is one of the best parts of the game for me. That, and of course, when you first enter the tunnels and then something happens. I loved that so much.
Yes.
Carter.
I know. I think I threw my headset.
Really?
At the
Oh, that's
computer.
right. I did see that. Oh
And
my
I kicked my computer tower box underneath the desk here. I'm like, oh.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm alone. I don't usually react very well. I am a terrible streamer because I don't have these good reactions for people. Obviously, I did not stream this live because I just felt too stressed. I was like, there's no way I can do this live my first time around. But I was playing it by myself and I'm just sitting there. I'm just doing the captcha puzzle, and I was like, that was it. I'm like, I am not Her Interactive's main audience here for this.
Yeah, gosh. One of the fun moments I had when I was working at Interactive as an intern was when they were working on the captive cars. And I wasn't involved with the earlier meetings, so I didn't know it was coming.
Yeah.
But when the player enters the portcullis and gets stuck there, and suddenly something jumps out at you, I think I've jerked and then I fell off of my chair in the office and fell into the hallway. I think one of the artists who was behind the nearest cubicle was like,
Oh my word.
Fun times.
That's hilarious. You guys are ridiculous in chats. Leave our night alone. That was a phenomenal bit. I loved it. So when that happens, again, I am not like the key audience here. I like second chanced as you do, and then I continued second chance like 5 or 6 times. I was like, hey John, come in here. Look at what's killing me.
Well, I mean, with that, the creature down the tunnels, after the first scare moment, was like, okay, I know he's there.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a good look at him now?
Yes.
I'm gonna go back down there and look at him. No, let me.
Yeah, I did the same thing though. I let him keep getting me because I just wanted to look. And then I called my husband and we both looked together.
We were spoiled with Ghosts of Thornton Hall, with the ghosts slowly coming our way.
Yes. Seriously. Oh, and I loved that so much. Those were such good scares because like you had the Nancy gasp, which like is what always gets me is when Nancy gasps, you know? Like something popping up on the screen won't get me as much as Nancy going, you know? So, those were so good.
And that's important for people to hear here, because there are different kind of scare styles in scare tactics. And if you want to capture everyone, all your players' audience, you do all the things.
Yeah.
And that's why I thought Ghost of Thornton Hall was a great example.
Yes. Oh my word. Thornton Hall did it so right. Ah, it was so good. So good. Okay. You only have till 9, right? Or till 6 your time?
I could go a few more minutes over.
Okay.
I think, yeah, my kids are being watched.
Okay, good. Because I wanted to play some games with you. I know it's always fun. So, first of all, I don't think I had this game the last time you were on, but I've been having people do blind rankings. Do you want to do a blind ranking?
Sure.
Okay, let's do it. So, you're going to get 5 games randomly selected, and out of 5, 1 being the best, 5 being the worst, you have to write down, like you have to choose where they're going to be in your ranking without knowing what's coming next.
Okay, so as soon as you give me 1, I place it.
Yes. Okay. So your first game is going to be... We're starting off really strong with Phantom of Venice.
Ooh. 3.
Okay. Solid 3. Not the best game. I know I get, like, yelled at for that, but it's also not the worst game. Okay. Ooh. Warnings at Waverly Academy.
1.
Yes. Next. Give me Warnings at Waverly Academy again. Hold on. Just kidding. Okay. White Wolf of Icicle Creek.
4.
Okay. This is a very kind wheel. Are you kidding me? Not Phantom of Venice again.
It's really pushing Venice.
It's
and whack.
Yeah. Oh man, the game we've been talking about all night, Ghost of Thornton Hall.
2.
Such a good one. Alright, so you only have
5.
So no matter what.
Worst.
Oh no. What's it gonna be? Danger by Design.
Okay.
It was like, when I tell you, it was like a hair away from Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon.
No, we don't do that to train.
That was a very kind wheel. We usually get down to like only 1 is the last one, and then you get like you roll a Midnight in Salem.
So I've got Warnings, Thornton Hall, Venice, Icicle Creek, Danger by Design.
That's a really good ranking. I mean,
I know my odds.
Can't complain about that. Wow. Okay. What else do I have here? Let's play all the games. Okay. I've got the booty wheel, of course, and of course FMK. What would you like to do?
Oh, all the things.
All the things? All right, we're doing the booty wheel.
How do we do that one?
Okay, so in this one we're doing the exact same thing as the blind rank, but we're ranking their booties.
Like number one being best?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
All right, here we go. There's some good booties on here. Okay, first up is Mrs. Drake.
She has very nice hips. I'm going to put her at 3.
Very nice. Solid 3. I should be hiding these choices instead of just pushing done. All right, next up. Ooh, Shorty.
We do see a lot of that one.
Yes, we do.
I don't know, it seems pretty toned, though, too, for someone so tall and likes food.
Oh my god.
You know what? I'm going to put him at a 2.
Wow. Well, that's a hot take. Okay.
Never trust a skinny chef.
That's right.
I like
That's
food.
Right. That's right. Abdella.
Can't really see hers. I'll put her at 4. Who's worse than best now?
Joe.
We'll let him have the one.
Best booty. What do you have left?
Worst.
5?
Number 5.
5? Okay. You're gonna get Nick or somebody really good.
Yanni.
No, actually you got Rose.
Wait, Rose?
We only see Rose seated.
Rose. She's always sitting.
Yeah. Like, we only see her seated, so that's fair.
Okay. Yeah.
That's fair. Also, I agree with Tori in the chat who says that El Toro's treasure is booty number 1 always.
Yes.
That is probably my favorite booty on the wheel is the actual booty. All right. Okay. Okay.
I got Joe, Shorty, Mrs. Drake, Adela, Rose.
Wonderful. Okay. Next up.
But we all know Yanni's is number 1.
Yes. And Nick.
Oh, yes, Nick.
Yes. And
Sorry,
Booty
Nick,
Vendor from Danger by Design.
She has really good hips, too.
She does. She does. Oh my word. Tori, it probably was your suggestion. Vendor Booty is always number 1 for Little Miss Drew. I mean, Booty Vendor is the one who started the wheel, so gotta give her some credit. Okay. We have 3 FMK wheels. We've got every Nancy Drew character, just the guys, and just the girls. What would you like?
Let's do the guys and then everyone.
Okay, let's do it. Open. Come on. There we go. Okay. This is such a fun wheel. They're all so fun.
Wait, it's fight, marry,
Yes.
kill.
Kiss.
Kiss, sorry.
There's no killing on this channel, Calina.
Sorry. You can answer the call. Kiss, sorry.
And this is not blind. You can wait until you've heard all 3 in order to choose. Okay, Scott Varnell.
Oh, dear goodness.
Okay, Enrico Tazza.
There you go.
And finally, Andy Jason.
Wow.
Eclectic.
Oh, dear goodness. These are terrible. I will marry Enrico. Fight Andy, because I think you could take him. And I'll kiss Scott, because he needs some love.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. That's totally fair. Okay. Now the everyone wheel. Now this is the best wheel. There's like no chance that you're gonna get somebody good.
Awesome. Now, should I play this one rogue? Or I just
Yes.
have to make a decision for fight, and then the next one will be marry, and the third one will be kiss?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so the first one is going to be fight. Let's do kiss as second,
Mm-hmm.
and then marry as last.
All right.
We'll
Sounds
see what
fun.
it ends up with.
Okay, let's see who you're fighting. This is a
Not
large wheel. We have 190 some characters on this one.
It's impressive you put that together.
It took a very long time.
Believe it.
Okay, so I think you could take this character. You are fighting Casey Porterfields.
Oh, yeah. That would be an animated fight.
That
Who's got the biggest fish?
that would be
Wait.
a fun one.
No, that's Tank. Tank doesn't
No,
have it.
Casey is the one who helps
Casey
you
is-
with like the wood and the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like cool, not paying attention to this.
Yes. Okay, you're kissing. Oh gosh, give you a dead character. You're kissing Bruno Bollet.
The elder
Yes.
with a corpse.
I'm sorry. Anyway.
He's in defeat, so smile.
Yay. Okay, let's see who you're marrying. Can't be any worse than that.
Could.
Good. There's like literal murders on this list. Oh, okay. You're marrying Abby Sedaris.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah. She'll haunt your
Some great
house.
shows. Yeah. The cameras all over the rooms.
Literally. Oh my
Nice.
word.
That's
Oh
fun.
my
Love
word. That was a good one. That was a good one. You can't marry Bruno. Live.
Hey, Bruno.
Ah.
Just put me in the will.
Oh my word.
I
Okay.
love it.
Well, that's all I've got. I didn't want to do too much because I didn't want to keep you too long.
Did you have any other burning questions that I could either wink, wink, nudge, nudge on, or trying to think if there's anything else?
What do you guys think in chat? Do you have any absolute burning questions concerning Key and those amazing notes that she has over there that she can totally not talk about?
Really not.
Let's see them. Wow. You were
Yeah, you
not
don't see that one. Fine.
I hope that everybody who listens as a podcast goes on YouTube and watches this as a video so that they can see the notes that Calina is using right now.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pages.
Wow.
That's how linear it was before.
That's
you want to
insanity.
see a grid.
Yeah, that makes sense. Liv wants to know, is there an explanation for why all the NPCs have the same blue eyes?
Copy paste.
Literally. Oh my word. Okay. Oh man. I feel put on the spot.
No worries. So, have you been able to get all the achievements yet for the game?
No, actually, I have not.
I was working on my how-to videos, and then life happened and I haven't been able to work on them as much. But when I was doing that, I was trying to capture all of the logic flags, or at least try to figure out the logic flags that trigger things in sequence.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out and learn what triggers the achievements. And frustratingly, you have to figure out a really intricate way of wiping your game info in order to reset the achievements. Because once you finish the game, start a new game, it keeps those same achievements from your last playthrough. So it makes it difficult to try to narrow down how to actually explain and get those achievements.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've lost touch of a lot of chat and how people have found these and done these. So I'm just trying to log all of it. So if any of you have insight to how those achievements work, please do share, and I will group them onto a page and credit you.
Wonderful. Awesome. Yeah, I was trying to work on like taking all the photos and getting all the like in the journal where you like photograph all the different locations. Um and I got so stuck there because apparently no matter what I tried, one of them just would not work. So I kind of gave
Which
up on
one
trying
was
to
that?
get. Huh?
Do you remember which one that was?
I want to say it was the picture of the front of the cathedral.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember if I posted the video, but I was working on the exact how to
Oh, really?
get that one.
Oh,
Yeah,
excellent.
I might be able to work a little bit on that tomorrow and see if I can't get that
I mean,
built
take your
out.
time.
Because I did finish that part of the explanation of how to get those exact photos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be so helpful because I got so frustrated. Yeah. That was
that
fun.
one. You do have to walk around the potato pancake place, the stall.
Yeah.
A certain way in order to get the angle that you need to. So that was hard.
Got it. Yeah, I need to play again and like do more. I was just trying to like get through it, you know. Okay, some questions in chat. Have you figured out how to trigger the scene Jetpack found at the end?
No, I haven't, and I've been very studious on that one. I'm trying to figure out what caused that.
Okay.
And I feel like it has to do with something earlier in the game.
Yeah, okay.
We're not wanting to share that. We would love to play that puzzle.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't think that's like a hidden secret thing.
Yeah, seriously. I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this, but I actually asked the girls in like the group chat that we have for like the launch day team. I was like, hey, how do we trigger that? And they were like, can't say. I was like,
oh, so they okay.
Yeah.
Did Gooba and Jetpack record their entire playthrough?
Yeah.
Of that one?
Yeah.
They did. So I can go back to their YouTube channel and try to re-follow their steps and see what it is that does that. Okay.
I'm pretty positive they did. Yeah. If not, they streamed it and it might still be up on their Twitch, if not already on their YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll have to do a little research and see if Gooba and Jetpack have got it up. Next question, Calina, what are your thoughts on texture, lighting, contrast concerns in Key? I feel like some of the textures and colors are so hyper realistic they become monocolored or shiny and hard to see well.
Yeah, I wasn't as bothered by that. I think some of the overcompensating in some areas was a little distracting, such as light pollution and dust, in particular in the cafe. That was a bit difficult. Some of the shadows were a bit sharp in contrast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have too much opinion about that. I had more gripe with like navigation.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on the navigation?
So I played originally point and click. And it got to the point where in the alchemy lab, when you're supposed to pick something off the floor.
Yeah.
And I couldn't.
Yeah.
But I knew I was supposed to. And I just couldn't.
Yeah. I hear that a lot. So I think
that's when I got super frustrated. And I was grateful for the options to switch in-game to the modern movement. And I switched them.
Yeah.
Just so I could do what I needed to do.
Yeah.
I did have one little about the lighting in Leo's office, the puzzle on the wall. There are some people, myself included, who totally believed. I'm going to call out Chaz versus Jazz in this one too. She had the same experience I did and believed the same thing. That the puzzle was incomplete. That the logic was not there for us to properly solve it.
Yeah.
It was. The lighting was too dark. You could not see the square on the square.
Yes.
And that was a clue. And it would have like solved a lot of things, but they didn't emphasize that enough to even let us be able to see it.
Yeah.
So I think I showed that on one of my videos, my how-to videos.
Okay.
That's actually there.
Yeah. Okay. Any thoughts on the undercover/unconfirmed Steam update that added controller support?
I don't know about that one. I haven't tried it.
I
But
haven't
is that what
either.
it? Do we know if that's what it did?
Pretty sure
Controller
that's what it
support?
did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go in sometime. Well, I don't have the proper controller for it because you can get an Xbox controller, but it has to be a certain PDP type wired connection for PC gaming.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to figure it out with a wireless controller just yet.
Gotcha. Let's see. What else? Oh, Tori got the secret ending on her second play of the game.
If you have any insight to how you did that, we'd love
Yeah.
to learn.
That would be great.
Or make your own video and share it. And be the hero.
Oh my gosh. Please. Yes. No, everybody needs to make a video because everybody's got different audiences. Okay. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, controllers work now, but her hasn't acknowledged it or confirmed it. At least wired controllers. Interesting. So I only have a wireless PC controller, so I'll have to give it a shot and find out.
Yeah, that was the thing with Midnight in Salem. I think I bought for the company a cheap wired controller, but you have to like install a certain application for it to work, and it worked with Midnight in Salem.
Yeah.
But I think the functionality was not quite where we wanted it to be with how it responded to controllers. So that's why it didn't quite launch the way we wanted to for Midnight in Salem. So I'm wondering if they've been ironing out those technicalities.
Yeah. I mean, that would be great if they could iron out all the things.
Yeah, because as someone who works at Xbox right now, if they were able to get the game and port it, make it Xbox or PlayStation compatible, that would open the doors for a lot more eyes on the game.
Yeah.
You should totally get it into Game Pass.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I feel like that's way better of an idea. So I remember years ago, oh my goodness, it was probably like almost 10 years ago at this point, that it was thrown around that like Nancy Drew VR games were a hopeful thing. I feel like that would not be as well received as like being on Xbox or PlayStation. Just like as it is on PC, you know?
Yes, we were working on that. We were planning on that when I was at Her Interactive. We thought the Silent Spy would have been a good first one to try. But I don't remember what happened with that. Because there's a few ways of looking at this. That kind of genre of gaming, where you're manipulating puzzles or moving things around or exploring, perfect for VR.
Yeah.
How we built the games on a proprietary engine did not allow for that.
Yeah.
So we had to overcome the hurdle first of transitioning to Unity or Unreal so that we get the 3D world where we can manipulate things, and then we could work towards what a VR experience would look like for that.
Yeah. So that's just not in like the forefront of their minds right now, right?
I mean, it's been on the forefront for a long time, but it's not the priority anymore.
Yeah.
The priority is making a good game on Unity. And then I think the next priority would be to see, can we make it a console game? Can we make it for Xbox or PlayStation, or especially for the Nintendo Switch crowd? Because the Switch crowd is more of the audience.
Yes.
But if it was on PlayStation or Xbox, then we get like way larger audience to see these games and to try it out. But would it be the right experience? I think Nintendo was probably the first one they should try.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, because like the amount of people who have like a Steam Deck to play handheld versus the amount of people who have a Switch to play handheld. Switch would be so much better.
Yeah.
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 Like,
that would
be amazing. That was able to get was it Midnight in Salem on to work well on the Steam Deck?
Oh,
I'm sure.
I'm sure somebody has. Because, like,
Maybe try that.
my sister has a Steam Deck, and she's played multiple Nancy Drew games on it. It's not perfect, but it, like, works.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. Brittany says, I need ND Switch games. Yes, please. Okay, here's a little note for her interactive, though, is that we need more ears on the music. So, yes, that would be cool. Liv says, I prefer Steam Decks conceptually, but Switch has a lower cost to entry. And that's true, too. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Liv says you can play basically all of them on Steam Deck.
Oh, very good.
Nice. Nice.
I don't have that console swipe.
I don't either. That thing was expensive, so couldn't be me. Okay, I feel like there was something that I was gonna ask you, and then I got distracted. Oh, I remember. What happened to the proprietary engine?
It's probably still in their local network,
Yeah?
just in there someplace.
They created
Yeah.
it, right? Like, they made it from scratch?
So Wayne Sykes did the original programmer.
Yeah. I know him, yeah.
And he based it off of a C++ programming language.
Mm-hmm.
And so he made that, but that's all I know about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. I know it was limiting, and it could not be updated.
Yeah. I just wish. I know this is so silly. I wish I could get my hands on it. Like, it was so amazing. And like, my sister has said the same thing, where she's built a game before, you know, and she's like, if I could just get my hands on their engine. But yeah, I understand that, like, it couldn't be updated and it had to move forward. That is something I wish more fans knew. Like, I wish I could say it louder, you know, that, like, we can't go back. It's not feasible. Yeah.
It would not work.
Yeah. Which is so heartbreaking, because those games truly had such a heart to them, you know?
Yeah, and I'm trying to think back how I don't know how much I should say about this. One of the artists had some familiarity with Unity.
Okay.
And actually, what's the word? I don't want to say port. That's not the right word.
Okay.
It was recreating it from scratch, using the existing art from Labyrinth of Lies' museum.
Mm.
Did we share that? I think we shared that video.
I've seen a video of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we shared that video.
Yeah.
But they were showing the 3D movement through the museum.
I remember that.
And that was built on Unity, using the exact art that was made. Because a lot of the art was made in 3D Studio Max, in ZBrush and Photoshop, but it was built 3D.
Mm-hmm.
And then what the artists did is they set up the cameras and the lighting within the environments, and pretty much just took a screenshot.
Yeah.
Sent the screenshot to the programmer, and they stitched it together like a quilt, so that when you click on one, it goes to the next square.
Incredible.
Screenshot, and that's how you moved.
Yeah.
But the games were built 3D.
Mm-hmm.
So he just took those building blocks and the textures, rebuilt it in Unity, and we created that video.
Yeah, which is
now
incredible.
that was just for funsies to see an idea. And when that was shown to me at first, I'm like, okay, this is really cool. What should I be taking away from this? What is my reaction supposed to be aiming towards?
Yeah.
And I was told, well, just how it could look. Okay, but what part? Is this how lighting works? Is this how navigation works? Because I hated the navigation. Click, 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 click.
Yeah.
I was walking with a bounce. It was like, no, thank you. No.
It was a bit much, yeah.
It was a bit much.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, how are we gonna move forward with this? We know it's possible. How do you want to make it? I think we paused right there. because we were looking at Unreal versus Unity, and which was more friendly to smaller studios. That's why we went with Unity, I think.
I see. Interesting. I don't really know like the difference. So like I guess Unity was good.
It works. And Unity is really good for people starting out with making games.
Yeah.
The indie person, the hobbyist, small game studio, very friendly.
Yeah.
There was a bit of a industry snafu last year, late fall, with Unity when new leadership came in and they wanted to change how the licensing worked.
I remember that.
How Unity made money.
Yeah.
And it would have cost small developers a fortune.
Yeah.
So I think there's a little bit of a hiccup there, but I think it got ironed out.
Yeah.
But Ginger Honey Livebeat has a good question here.
Yes.
What would you say are the best things her should focus on for Game 35 and beyond to continue to improve the games again? First of all, the concepts that are coming up with, like the ideas, solid.
Yeah.
Good ideas. Love it. I think they also need to work on the game logic, how things are connected. It doesn't make sense for us to go find a book totally unrelated to picking up a laptop cord. So ironing out a few kinks in how the game is played.
Yeah.
With creating a very well thought out, built logic map. Would it really help with that organization?
Yeah.
I think something that looked like it improved this time around, which I wish people knew about with Midnight in Salem, was they had a better sense of where they wanted to go with the conversations.
Yeah.
So that they could better direct the actors to help them give the right response, the right inflection, the right tone of voice. And that way, if they knew what they're wanting, they record until they get what they want and stop there. We don't need 3 takes, 3 different styles, which may not actually fit in the conversation.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that could use some more project management.
Yeah.
To button up the lengthy processes.
Yeah.
Because if we know what we want, make a plan for it, we have to pivot or adjust. We have the bare bones to start with, and the bare bones don't move.
Yeah.
So it would tighten up the production time if someone was behind the scenes communicating between all the departments. The project manager could help convey that and understand the communication styles between the different teams.
Yeah.
I think that would help. There's a ton more behind the scenes that would help. And if it all helped behind the scenes, you guys would probably be getting 1 game a year. I'm just saying.
That's insane. Wow, imagine that. I would accept 1 every 2 or 3 years.
If you want more in a game, like more characters, more puzzles, more environments, more exploration, maybe every 2 years.
Yeah.
Because it does take time to put it together. But once we put together the bones and the basics and get the process buttoned up, things can happen.
Yeah. Well, something I've noticed is I've talked to several voice actors who couldn't remember half of what had happened because it had happened so long ago. Yeah. Which is so wild. But at the same time, I was like, well, it was 5 years ago that the last game came out. I mean, I'm thinking about it in terms of my life. I'm like, well, since the last game, I got married, I bought a house, I had a whole child.
Well, same. A lot of life happens between the games. And I think one of the things that the company needs to remember is looking at the demographics. Who are buying their games? What are their ages? Where are they at in life? And meet them there. And sell to them. Because 5 years ago, we don't have a 12-year-old anymore playing the game. They're 17, 18 now. So you got to think about that for your audience and not neglect them while trying to go after the newer audiences.
Yeah, I understand going after the new audiences, and I see it happening because I've mentioned it before on my channel. I help run the Facebook group, and in order to get into the group, you answer the questions, and one of them is like, "What's your favorite game?" And I see a lot of people saying that either Midnight in Salem or Mystery of the Seven Keys now is their favorite game because that's all they've played. Which I'm like, so what they're doing is working. It really is. Like, what they're doing is working. However, there's a whole like slew of us in the Clue crew who are like give take 5 years of like 30 who just want the game from our childhood again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't always recreate nostalgia.
Right.
If you want nostalgia, go back to those games. Sorry, I
And
said
that's
it.
no, and that's what I've been saying too. I'm like, I'm not expecting the new games to feel like Curse of Blackmore Manor. You know? Like, if I expect that, I'm gonna be broken-hearted.
But I truly believe we haven't had a person translate this as best as I can imagine it happening. But taking the elements that we see worked, that people loved about the old games, the chance to explore, the chance to ask interesting questions, the very interesting backstories of characters, the richness of the details, the things to find over and over again, the puzzles to solve, the context of the game, the pattern of mystery solving, and being able to feel accomplished from solving something.
Yeah.
Those are elements that can still translate to games these days.
Yes.
The difficulty is trying to technically do that.
Yeah.
And that's where like a lot of creativity gets interjected and becomes the priority sometimes.
Yeah. And I totally understand. Yeah.
Yeah, like being able to 3D manipulate a clue. Great. Let's do that.
Amazing.
Let's put actual clues on it so that we could do that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and
I
navigation is
think,
one that we worked on.
yeah, I think that Liv sums up my thoughts pretty well here in the chat. She said, well, first she said, I want to see more big personalities again. There's a reason Radek and Leo are such loved characters from Key. That's absolutely true. But she said, but also I want more extra stuff that isn't required for gameplay, i.e. mini games, convos with Nancy's friends, branching dialogue, and more. And that is like exactly what I've been saying as well, is like, I wanted to call Ned for no reason. You know, that especially. And I think that's one of the things that really gave the older games so much heart and soul, because it was just so realistic in the fact that, like, you need help, call your boyfriend, you know? Yeah. I love that.
And technology has changed these days. Instead of calling a boyfriend, you'd be like, okay, internet, ask this question for me.
Yes. Liv says, absolutely, like the modern engine graphics and modern movement, etc. are great, but we need that plus charm and Nancy's friends and shenanigan. Bring back Sassy Nancy.
Sassy Nancy.
Yes. Yeah. But all that being said, Key was great. Key was great. It was such a fun game. It was really difficult. And it was really like intriguing. It really pulled you in, you know? And it was gorgeous. It was a great game.
It was beautiful.
Yeah. It was a great game. So good job, Her Interactive.
A very big step in the right direction.
Absolutely.
It's not perfect.
Yeah.
But it is a leap and a bound.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Maggie just said that the same thing in the chat. Big step in the right direction. Yes. Yeah. So, oh my goodness. Do you have any final thoughts about Key?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm trying to think back on everything. It's been a while since I've played it.
I know, same here. I got kind of burned out and I was like, I'll go back to this later.
Yeah, take a breather.
Oh my goodness. Liv says we need to add Journey. Why? What are your ideas?
I really don't know. Honest to goodness, I don't know what's going on with Game 35.
Yeah.
But if it's titled the case of the missing clue. I'm gonna throw my computer out the window.
I know. I seriously thought for like a hot second when that trademark was found, I was like, this can't be real. It's probably another one of their obtuse clues for game 34.
I don't know how much money is spent to apply for a license or a trademark or whatever,
I
but
don't know. I think somebody told me once that it was like $100 or something. But
an
still.
expensive marketing tactic.
Yeah. I know, that's
Just to
what I
get
was
people
like.
talking.
Maybe not. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. There's been some ideas thrown around of what it could mean. If anybody has any hundreds of dollars. Oh, okay. Multiple hundreds. Yeah. If anybody has any thoughts on what that might end up being, definitely let us know. $400
Yeah, I guess
minimum. Oh man.
Wait, really?
Liv says $400 minimum doesn't include attorney fees.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's too expensive to be a clue.
I'm still crossing my fingers that the DLC, like an extra add-on mini mystery to attach to Mystery of Living Keys.
I would love that. I would love that. Like, give us some more conversations, some more, like, give us some potato pancakes. and I don't know, maybe another puzzle or two. You know, like, that would be so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, like they could have put back in that mini activity that was cut from the game.
Did it have to do with potato pancakes?
No.
Dang.
It had a similarity to a past Academy game.
Really? Like a snack shop type game? A game room type game?
Other way.
Oh, other way? Piano?
No.
Wait,
no, you had it originally.
Okay, snack shop?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
An aspect of that.
Okay, we're baking cookies.
No.
We're slinging orange juice.
No.
Making sure that the girls with nut allergies aren't getting nuts.
No.
I don't know. Oh my goodness. Well, Liv probably is getting this now.
It's okay. We don't have it.
Yeah,
It'd be nice if they add it though.
That would be nice. I just want to see everything. Tori says, what if the title is very meta and it's just missing clue because the essential whatever is, missing?
Like we originally had a game, or we originally had a mystery. Now I have a mystery about the clues that was supposed to solve the mystery.
We'll see. Oh, Liv says,
Nope,
well, regardless, we know they're probably not recording voice lines because of the new strike.
Oh, goodness, yeah.
Yeah, the AI strike. Which, like, I totally get.
I think it's going to be a while before they go into recordings, honestly.
Yeah. Do you think...
Not because of the strike.
Do you think, that they already have started on another game? Or do you think that they kind of, like, wrapped this one up and then started?
I think, if I'm going to speculate here, because I really don't know, my speculation is they've already got the concept for the next one.
Yeah.
I don't think they've started building yet.
Yeah. What do you think our timeline would be based off of, like, how things have been going?
I would say sooner than... So, the gap between Midnight and Seven Keys would be the long version.
Yeah.
It'll be a long gap.
So 5 years at most.
The time I think it's going to be a lot sooner than that.
Yeah.
For this next one, because I know some of the factors behind the scenes that help decide when games come out, and I think this one's going to be sooner.
Okay. Gotcha.
I guess.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe 2026.
Yeah, that would be cool. Oh, Carter just said 2026. Yeah. Liv says, according to the article that was released yesterday, they're always in some stage of development. Did you see that article?
Maybe not.
Okay.
Because before 2014, we had a process. After 2014, it's a totally different process.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, there was an article about, it was like interviewing some of the higher ups in the company and talking about, like, the heart of the company and how things are going. Definitely, it was a good read, so you should definitely check that out.
Where was this read?
Hold on, I'll find it. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, otherwise, let's
Because
see.
the old process, when I was working there, the first 5 years, 6 years I was working there were 3 games being made at once.
Oh my gosh. Were there
Depending on who
like
you
different
ask.
teams, or were people working on all three at once?
They would be working on 2 at once.
Okay.
The design team would be working on the 3rd.
Wow. Wow. That's insanity.
So what would happen is that the creative design team would be the designer, the writer, the creative director, and the CEO. Back then, would work on the concept, what they wanted for the game. They've done the research. They've looked at where the industry's going, what's popular in culture, what we have not done, what we want to do.
Yeah.
And they would put that together, build a SharePoint wiki, internal wiki for all the teams. And then the art team would be assigned the different environments and different characters. Meanwhile, the character concept artist would be illustrating the concepts first. And then once that got approved, then he would build the 3D models. And during that time, the production team would build the bones, because we had the engine. We built the bones of the engine with placeholders and some of the programming for how things are connected. Because the design was so well done ahead of time, we all knew where it was going. So essentially what we were making was like a picture frame, and everyone was working on different parts of the painting to all put it together.
Yeah.
So it would be this rotation. The artist would finish the art, send it to the programmers, the production team. They would use it to build and work on the puzzle. Oh, that was the other thing. The artists worked on puzzles first.
Okay.
So that the programmers could work on the technically hard parts, building the puzzles.
Yeah.
While the artists would work on the environments and other details and animations. And then it would just be this constant cycle. So there were moments where, like, in the middle of the year, the artists would have a big barbecue celebration. They shipped all the art. And meanwhile, over here in marketing, we're like, we haven't got anything to start doing our job yet. Marketing and sales was the very last. Like, we're here to build the last parts, put it together in a package, and send it off.
Wow.
And advertise.
Amazing. Like, seriously, what an insane process.
I think the terms have been used that it was a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
And because nothing changed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Amazing. I just sent you the article. I finally found it. So check that out at your leisure. But
thank you.
Yeah, that's really cool. Okay, let's see. Calina, do you have any thoughts on the idea that some people have suggested of her moving all digital sales to Steam or other third-party platforms and reserving her site for physical copies and guides?
So I don't think Her Interactive is ever going to stop selling digital, because the profit margin is better for Her Interactive. It makes sense for Her Interactive to only be the place for physical copies and guides. But there are no other third-party places to sell physical anymore these days.
Yeah.
That would make it make sense.
Yeah.
It's interesting because, and you guys see this, Steam is a bigger place than Her Interactive is. So a lot more people on Steam see the game and buy it. Whereas if you've never heard of Her Interactive or Vintage Games before, you're not going to think to go to herinteractive.com.
Right.
That's why I thought it was very important for them to get on Steam. So glad they did.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. What are your thoughts of, like, why they waited?
I'm not sure. I think it could be a technical thing. It could be a strategy that they wanted to try out. Like I said, the profit margins are probably better if they sell it themselves.
Yeah, of course.
So getting those first sales at their site it's incentive for people to go to Her Interactive first to buy, because it supports them.
Of course.
But if you really, really, really want it on Steam, you're gonna have to wait. So that's the drawback. But I think it's important for them to do. Honestly, I think. Let me backtrack a little bit.
Sure.
Because one of the incentives of buying from herinteractive.com was to be able to pre-order and get a physical copy and get the bonus edition.
Yes.
And the guides.
Yes.
So, and there's a lot less incentive to do that, especially since Midnight and Salem didn't have any of that bonus incentive. If they had created more bonus incentive, like, for example, I've been pushing this forever, for like 15 years. Add to the bonus edition of the game, Her Interactive only version, an extra environment.
Yeah.
So that the player can unlock that. Make it important so it's relevant to the story, but not so important that you're losing something by not having it.
Yes.
Do something like that so that, people who want to go to Her Interactive, buy the game, get the bonus stuff, they're very happy, and they're supporting Her Interactive.
Yeah.
But then create like a standard edition version for Steam, appease the general audience, get that huge net of new players, and everybody's happy.
Yeah. No, I'm so with you. That would be so amazing. And then Liv's got a really good point in the chat here. I think they need to either stop selling their own digital copies or move away from Digital River. Personally, so many people actively hate DR. I think it ultimately hurts sales more than it helps. And yes, Digital River has caused quite a few problems.
Yeah, and I knew about those like a long time ago.
Yeah.
Especially, I was particularly annoyed with the EDS, the extended downloadable service, being charged for that when a lot of other places like Steam or even Xbox, when you get the game and you own it, you don't have to have it installed. You can come back and reinstall, especially with how huge games are these days, how much digital space they take up on your computer. It's handy to be able to uninstall it when you're not playing it.
Yeah.
But if you do that with Her Interactive games, you'll lose it. Unless you back it up. It's like a thumb drive or an external hard drive. So.
Right. And that's, honestly, that is why I, stay away from purchasing digital from them. Because I don't have a whole lot of extra space to, waste, So if I'm not playing a game, off it goes. I will do anything to have all of my games on Steam. So, yeah, because it's just so handy. So I took the digital copy from them when they gave it to us for the launch day team.
The promotion.
Yes. And I played it, and it was wonderful. Obviously, it worked out. I did not back it up. I didn't care to, because I knew I was going to get it on Steam afterwards. Yeah. So I didn't back it up at all. I didn't save it anywhere. I said to myself, I'll get it on Steam. I'll delete it off my computer. I just don't care. I'll start over. I'll get all my achievements again. And then it turned out that they communicated perfectly and I didn't lose a single thing. So that was wild. But, yeah, I literally just, was ready to go, scorched earth on the first game.
Yeah. Not to beat a dead horse again, but one of the other perks of buying on Steam is that Steam has its own, what's the word? What's the technical term? Not protocol. But Steam has a very specific place where it installs games.
Yeah.
When you want to play them.
Yes.
And because of that file path, you don't have any issues playing the games that are old and outdated.
Yeah.
You have the older games, you have to go through a step and a half and learn what that is in order for it to work on your computer. Steam already has that protocol in place.
Yes.
So you don't have that issue.
Which is super nice. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Because for the first two, I was like, there's extra steps. I can tell you guys what it is, Okay. Yeah. Anyway, this has been wonderful, Calina. Thank you so much for chatting with me again, as always. We are such big fans. We love you. Thank you again.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Get back to your family.
My how-to videos.
Yes.
Someday.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Anyway, thank you again, and thank you all for joining and for listening and sending in all your wonderful questions and having all this great conversation with us. Calina, any parting words?
Keep an eye out for more ridiculous merchandise on my end, and if you haven't subscribed to Susie Should Be Sleeping.
Oh!
Do you still post it on Twitch?
Yeah.
Go over there too.
Yeah, I am.
Susie
Yeah.
Should Be Streaming, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes.
Yes. I'm on everything.
All links will be all things.
Thank you. All right. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye, y'all.